Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Starcom Nexus. In the last episode, we explored the last of the systems that we had already visited earlier with our extended range of our sensors, and found, I don't think, anything else new in those systems. We then proceeded onward and had quite a fun slug fight against some Chitek, and bumped into a new race, the Sentinels, which seemed to be robots, robots, or AI. And upon scanning our ship, demanded that we exit the ship and leave behind any technology that we possessed. We refused, and they are hostile with us. They are much stronger than us. Or rather, they can go toe-to-toe with us at the very least, in a way that the Chitek cannot. The Chitek seem to resolve around significantly higher numbers than us. But one-on-one with the Sentinel ship, man, it was rather close. We arrived back here at Kite Station, and they are also nervous about coming under attack by this new race, and have asked us to bring back some titanium and neutronium in order to help them construct additional modules or something to help defend them. It's going to be additional modules to help them defend themselves. We then fired up a blueprint for a ship I really wanted to use, but I can't get the look of it to be correct. I really like the look of this ship as it is, and I think I'm just not going to bother. Well, it's unfortunate, but I don't think we're going to end up flying this ship. At 18 to 21 modules, we can actually fly a more efficient ship by just loading my missile variant Stingray. So we're going to go with this in order to show off how missiles work. On that note as well, I want to spend some research to improve our missiles. So let's go ahead and do so. We'll fly around with the next thing we're going to end up upgrading. I was going to say we're going to fly around with this size vessel for a little bit longer, and we will upgrade it the next chance we get. Nebula class. Yeah, we'll grab the Nebula class next for our research. But at the very least, I want to drop quite a bit of research improving our missiles. So we're going to take the rest of the things in this column. We're going to give them improved warheads. Actually, can we see what they do currently? I don't think we can. We can see that their damage is 14, but we can't see what the radius of it is. And this hints that it improves both the radius and the damage it deals. Okay, done. Let's go back to the shipyard and take a peek. 3 more damage per missile. Next, we'll give them improved telemetry to allow them to arc a bit sharper. We'll go ahead and take expanded magazines. I guess I have to explain a little bit about magazines in the terms of missile weapons and drone launchers, since those two weapons at least utilize the same idea. At the moment, for our vessel, you can see the amount of missiles that we are carrying down here. 6. If we fire a missile, obviously this number decreases, and after so many seconds have elapsed, we will construct another one on the ship. But we can not have any more than the maximum number of missiles our ship can hold. The maximum number of missiles our ship can hold is dependent upon the number of missile launchers on it, and the amount of technology we have researched to improve that capacity. By default, our missile launchers can hold 3 missiles each. We have 2 missile launchers on our ship, so we can hold 6 total maximum missiles. So in this case, we're just going to go ahead and take expanded magazines, which will increase the amount of missiles our launchers can hold by additional 1 missile per launcher. And then, we'll go ahead and grab improved fuel to increase the range at which the missiles can be fired from. They will continue to travel a little further until they run out of fuel, and then they will automatically disintegrate at that point. I do not think we can see how what the range is of our missiles currently. It's a shame. I do wish that there was more information displayed here so you knew what you were getting for your research points, or getting your money's worth, as it were. But I remember being happy with all the research, even if those numbers were not present. So let's grab improved fuel. Okay, and we'll hold on to the extra 185 points of research. Oh, I need donation jar. Coins. All right. Let's get out there. Just watch the missiles down here, and you will see them increase to the new maximum of this vessel, our Stingray, which is 8. And once we get back out here, I'll need to decide where we're going next. Even though we were just at the place which I could look at my resources, I forgot to do so. So let's take a peek really quick. What do we have currently on us? We have enough neutronium and titanium to fulfill the request to help Kite Station. But I want to get unlocked the next ship tier and construct a ship at that tier before I upgrade Kite Station. And that's going to mean we get like another 5 modules. And we're going to need all this titanium in order to be able to take advantage of the increased size. We could do it now, but again, man, I don't want to spend those resources on upgrading Kite Station at the moment. The Sentinels are far away from Kite Station. Hopefully they will remain so for some significant amount of time. Okay. Oh, right. We do have adamantine. 29 pieces of it. We could spend, I think, 15 of that to turn on the particle accelerator. But I think since we're just over half of what we need to help that one race out, it would be better suited to help the race survive in their shielded city. At the same note, we would be gifted with the shield technology, so we will save our adamantine for that purpose. So when we last left off, I do want to go back out here. Oh, and I have an unsurveyed planet. I must have avoided because the Vendari were out there. Let's head back here, warp Nexus to this spot, and fly back out here and check the area around that probe for another comet. We can hit that unsurveyed planet as well while we're out there. Right! There's Chitik out here. That'll give us a chance to explain how missiles work and show you. Hostiles closing. This is a chance to try out our missiles. So hitting tab will let you target different enemies? No, I have it remapped to something different. But okay. So you can cycle through enemies with a special key. And as you can see, now this enemy is targeted for our secondary weapon systems. Just like their missiles, they can shoot down ours. Missiles, overall, I feel do less damage than your plasma weaponry does, but you can fire them from a significant amount of distance away. To target something with a secondary system or to highlight an enemy to be targeted, you can also right-click on an enemy with your mouse, which I find much easier than cycling through different types of enemies. With Vendari out here, actually, in strength, there is a Chitek cruiser there. I'm just gonna let them hang out together, and we're gonna go. Okay, and let's head on out to the place we've already... I can't believe I missed that planet. I don't know what was on it. Or rather, why I avoided it. I must have done it. I must have avoided the planet because of the Vendari around. There's no reason for me actually to hold off talking with them now that I think about it, so we'll go ahead and do so. So, I mentioned earlier that we will get enough technology to fully research and upgrade every... Well, no, that's not true. We will get a significant amount of technology, such that we don't have to be overly stingy with what we research. But we will still not be able, at least when I beat the game, I did not fully research all the technologies. I think For weapon systems, I think only one was completely fully researched when I had ended the game, though most of them were researched quite significantly. There's a few other upgrades that you can invest quite a few points in that I ignored one or two of them, though I could tell I wanted to try them out with different types of ship builds. I don't want to ruin them. We'll talk more about them when we find them. But in games like this, I do enjoy very much trying new things out. And if a game gives me enough technology points to try to... If you give me enough skill points, or cyber modules, or experience points, in order to try other builds, I will give them a try to see what I think about them. It's probably better to focus on a few weapon systems and always maximize them so you're doing the most damage possible with them. But I really like the different systems available to me. When I took missiles, for example, it was because I simply could not figure out how to approach the Sentinels without my ship getting blasted to smithereens. Missiles was a great answer to them. And you have to be tricky, you still have to curve the missiles into the Sentinels depending upon the ship that you're fighting. But they were the answer I needed at the time, and I love when games provide you as such. A little bit of thought involved. You know what? We're going to fly past that one ship that had all the cargo, so I think we're going to see if it actually respawned any of it while we're here. It's not actually on our map any longer. It did not! Okay, so I lied to you guys. There is no more cargo around the ship. Apparently we can destroy the ship if we want. On the off chance it detonates, though, or something, well, maybe we should. Let's do it, or see if we can. There's no guarantee that we'll be able to, but we'll fire at it for a bit and see if it starts smoking. One box is what we get for that. And nothing in it. I think I mentioned earlier that you can destroy things that you might not want to destroy. We're going to keep that. I don't remember a technology or us earning anything from destroying the cargo freighter. But if I'm wrong, it's gone forever. Chitek are around up there too, I see. We'll go up there later. We're heading back down here so I can see if there was a comet in this area. The probe's out here for some reason. Unless it was fired, not randomly, but fired out here to try to track one down. And there it was. The message will be very obvious when you are near a comet. You will be told flat out that your sensors have picked up a comet, like the trail of one. The particles indicate there probably is one around here within within your sensor range, which is to say 2,000, in the case of our comet detector, 2,000 ASO units. That's nice that our missiles can just insta-kill a scout. He's flying toward us. Guess we'll deal with him too. Also, everyone, remember that in the last episode we increased the difficulty of the game. We added one more rank to it, making it 5 instead of 4 for very hard. So it's a little tougher now for us. Wait, there's nothing here? Game, you said there was something here. I came out here because you said there was something here. Did I get that wrong? Alright then. Well, nothing. I guess the good news is we did come out here and verified that there was no reason to, We verified there was no reason to come out here by coming out here. Oh, we did find a picture last time. Picture. We found a scan of the galaxy at some point with a hint that near a brown dwarf star there might be a cache able to be unlocked by bringing enough neutronium to do so. There is a brown star on our star map that we found within a nebula. I think we will go back to that, but at a later time. I think it requires us flying back up north a bit. Let's check really... Stop! Or don't stop! There it is. Yeah, that's too far away. We'll come back for that. Although I suppose we can quickly check. Oh, I guess I should talk a little bit about... no, we'll be okay. Our first officer talked a little bit about... about missiles. I see you, Ordnance. I'm just going to mark this. Ordnance? That's totally misspelled. Sentinel. Interceptor. This is the one with the greater range on their plasma and the shotgun effect, basically. We have less plasma now, so it's going to be a bit more dangerous. Like, it's not as efficient for us to move in against it. Said we'll still do so. They will shoot down... Oh, or they won't shoot down missiles. I thought they would. Woo! Right between them. And let me take a bunch of hits. Smoking, which is good. That longer range is so annoying. Of their plasma. I'm gonna get him. Nice. Judging from the fragment we recovered, the entire hull of these ships includes neurocircuitry. This probably allows the ship an incredibly high level of efficiency with little or possibly even no crew. In cool waters we saw you again. Our story was at a turning. Things for things, things for knowledge. What did we do when we swam together? Things for things. Let's see. 80. We have 95 platinum. We'll be okay, I think, in the end. Sorry, Luku. I'm good for now. We did lose a crew member in that battle as well. I have a hunch that's going to be an ongoing theme whenever we fight the Sentinels until we are much stronger. Another reason why I want to get a bigger ship. I hear the swarm drone. Oh! Oh, you're kidding me. You flew to me. Another swarm probe. This one doesn't seem to have encountered anything any interesting phenomena in its travels. Ah, that's a shame. Okay. Notice that it was flying faster than other ones were. We are, of course, between star systems, so maybe that is another reason why it was a bit faster. But I'm pretty sure the more that we capture, again, the faster they fly. So, we're down a crew member. Let's look at that map really quick again. Oh, actually, I don't... Never mind. We'll go to the brown dwarf later. Oh, that's interesting, actually. My thrust is my thrust permanently activated? It seems like it is. Why? I'm not going to complain if it's on in between star systems, but I don't... Maybe something's wrong with my shift button? No, it says permanently on whenever I move. Oh no, Tim, you alt-tabbed. Okay, hold on. Oh god, stop. Don't play anything. I don't know what's going on with my ship, everyone. So this is a bit worrying, though. My ship's usually be in permanent boost mode. We would be delighted to make another exchange of knowledge with you. Offer chirolate catalyzation. We received designs for technology that would suppress a nervous system trying to reject an artificial network being grafted onto it. I'm not sure what I want to know what that's for. 20 research points. We don't need any goods exchanged. I'm so sorry. Something's wrong with our boosters. I'm probably gonna have to quit the main menu, everyone, so to fix this. I don't know. I don't understand what's happening here. Yeah, it's busted. All right, hold on. Let's quit to menu. It doesn't look like there's a problem with the keyboard. Nope, we're still in permanent boost. Okay, I'll be back. Sorry. Okay, fixed. Maybe there's a key that enables that as an option. It's fun. I was just talking about wanting that sort of thing last time, too. Since we've already talked with Vendari, we will stay here now and slug it out with some of the Chit-Tech vessels. Okay, the Chit-Tech accidentally struck the Vendari, I think, and so now they are also slugging it out with them. Wow, they do significant damage with those green plasma of theirs. Looks like there's another enemy. Fighting a scout. Good for him. Destroyed him. Alright. So let's keep exploring wherever it is that the warp nexuses will bring us. We've already swung past this star. We haven't missed any stars from what I can see. I thought for a second there was like a nebula out here. Okay, hold on a second. Why is this planet still saying it's unsurveyed? We've actually been out here. We saw that we didn't miss anything. So there must be something secret on this planet then. Because we totally flew directly over that, and there was nothing there. So we'll have to go back there later. Or maybe there's a quest that will bring us there eventually. Oh, even that guy gets a little hurt. It's like the Chit-Tech were really aggressive once fired upon. Well, is that right? They accidentally fired on the Vendari. That's probably... I only see a single ship. It's probably a Sentinel. Defender! We haven't seen one of these yet. Oh my goodness! That missile took off like a fourth of our hit points. We need to run. Holy crap! We were fine, I think. I would love to be able to try to destroy that. I don't know if we can approach it, though. I guess it was only one missile. Notice what the missile was doing, though, as well as it was trying to ram into, hit us. It snake winds? That's sidewinds. That planet's sun is going to destroy us! I can't see my hole that close to that sun. Thought we were dead. We can't do that. And also note that there was a shield around that ship. So we gotta stay away from that. That is a little too tough for us. That's too tough for us. I don't know what the range of my missiles is at the moment either, unfortunately. So we're just gonna let him hang out there and not go close to him. Try to scan some of the planets on the edge of him. Wow. His missiles have quite a bit of reach. Probably more than ours has. We'll just stay boosted and try to avoid him. That sun is dazzlingly bright. Asteroids. We'll take advantage of the fact there's asteroids here. Neutronium in this field. Looks like the Sentinel's left is leaving. See anything else in this field. Platinum, neutronium. It's a decent asteroid field to actually spend a bit of time in destroying what's out here. That's good. We don't want to spend too much time doing this, Tim. Oh, okay. It's telling me target out of range. Our missiles can't arc that tightly yet. The good news is we are slowly taking him apart. It did. Yes. All right, we did it. Holy crap! 3 adamantite for that. Worth it. Oh man! Wow, that was really painful though. Oh. Or actually, it could have been much worse. Oh, wow, look at the pole, the northern section of this planet, probably bombarded by that sun's radiation. Although I see what looks like water at the top of it. Something here. A large sinkhole with some sort of facility in it, judging from the picture. A mining facility, I'm guessing. As recently as 3,000 years ago, this planet supported life. Now, even with extreme environment control, the survey team can only spend a few hours on its surface. During its final centuries, this dying civilization lived in cities built within the shade of artificial craters. Records are sparse, but on a lower level, the team finds a fragment of religious tract preserved in mud, which translates as, "We're not gods, but devils. Do not pray to them for salvation. It was they who imprisoned their children here." A burning prison, guarded by silver angels who would strike down any who rose up with their fiery red swords. Any salvation we must make ourselves, the daughters and sons of the dawn. There may be more, but the team needs to return to ship to recharge the lander's liquid helium supply. We can head back down there again. God, look at that sun. I would like to investigate the sun to see if there's anything special there. Let's try flying past it. There is. Pair instability readings on this star show that it's about to go supernova. Well, we've never observed a star so close to this state before. This is really interesting. I should mention that by about to, I mean sometime in the next 8,000 years. Well, that's good. So, not really about to. At least not as urgent as I thought it was going to be. Oh, is this some sort of pebbles or rocks strewn around here? Otherwise a barren planet. This region of the planet was once an alluvial plain before the dying sun baked this planet in its last throes. Scattered among the rocks of the dry bed are a few loose nodules of gold. I doubt this Nexus is going to let us go up to that star. Wow. That's an amazing effect. I like that the sun's rays just, they increase in intensity. Let's cover our eyes, as it were, or cover the camera's eyes. Scans of a buried refuse dump uncover an optical drive that still has recoverable data on it. Summary for the Chancellor of... We've come a long way, it's true, but I'm afraid... made the locks too hard to pick. Every year it gets a little hotter, and harder to cool the array. By the time our children are running it, it'll be trying half as many keys as today. And the odds we find it in that time are about 1 in 5,000. We'll come back for the last reading a bit later. Let's see. Do we take the warp nexus or do we fly up to the star? I did mention we'll come back here later. So we'll come back here and take that. We'll visit that white dwarf later then. Let's stick with the nexuses at this moment. And it's like, oh, some chit tech arrived. I thought this would bring us south. It's taking us out to the, well, south. Well, you know what I mean. To the west. Oh, hello. Oh, God. That's 3 sentinels. And what, that one has a laser beam. What are they? If they're all interceptors, cutter. It's an interceptor, a cutter, and I think the other one... Cutter, interceptor, intercept. 2 interceptors and a cutter. We can probably take them. Oh my goodness, no, stop shooting me! Quite a long range on that. Thankfully, though, our range is longer with our missiles. Alright, cutter destroyed. Drop nothing. I don't know if those 2 interceptors are worth tangling with. Let's leave them there at the moment, and we'll try to scan some of these planets instead. Those 2 are far away? Let's go back to the planet near the warp nexus. a bit jungly to me. Oh, that's right, that's the water that's that greenish color. Another city of starships? Is that what this is? Wow, look at the ones in the back here. Assuming those are other clouds and not like another dust storm in the background. Several thousand hectaacres of this planet are covered with a sprawling metropolis. While readings showed energy and movement, there are no signs of life. As a team moves into the city, they discover that new buildings are being erected by autonomous construction equipment. In other parts of the city, buildings are collapsing from neglect. The atmosphere is choked with smog from the machines. Oh, I don't remember this event. I don't remember most of the events, though. I'm assuming it's like a never-ending cycle. As some of the buildings collapse, the new ones are being constructed all across the planet. Let's stay away from the older buildings in case one of them collapses, and we'll explore the newer ones. The images the survey team send back remind you of the cabins of luxury cruisers, well-appointed but generic and soulless. There's no indication of them ever having been inhabited. I don't feel like taking on the risk of exploring the older buildings. Have the team dismantle the machines and buildings for materials. The team manages to extract a modest amount of resources before the machines begin to attack. The team retreats to the city outskirts, and the machines return to their construction work. I'm not going to explore the older buildings. I don't trust that they'll remain, like, there's anything in them. Return to the ship. Survey complete. Whatever else is there, viewer, you'll have to pick up this game yourself to find out, I suppose. We should fly past the sun. This one looks a bit normal, to be honest. I want the gas giant passed by. I love this color on all the gas giants. Nothing there. I wonder... No, they're too close together. So they'll defend each other from our missile attacks. And it's just, I don't think it's worth it. It would take too long to destroy those two. Ooh. A rather dark red planet. Nothing on it, though. And out here. A barren planet altogether. Yes! Got you. Another swarm probe. This one also doesn't seem to have encountered anything interesting in its travels. Darn it! We're getting super lucky with these captures. We're not getting anything for it. I thought we would get more resources than this. Oh! This sun. We're not going to get too close to it. I would love to have the excuse to do so, but I wasn't brave enough to do so last time, and I'm not going to do so this time either. But let's show you what this looks like. Oh, more ordnance. I'm going to mark this down. I'll eventually fly through these areas again with something to destroy sentinels and so on, and I'll just with that weapon I keep alluding to, and we'll take it out then. So I thought this was originally a lighthouse of some sort, like well, I mean not a lighthouse, but something somewhat similar. It did occur to me that I don't know why they would have something like that out here in space, but it would be like a giant beacon, and then you get to see what it is, assuming you're very careful about how you approach it. Which we will get us... I think we'll get a little closer to it. Well, let's get this planet first. Maybe we could possibly take a peek. Nothing on this planet's surface. Okay, let's move up towards... Okay, we're gonna go for it. That is it, everyone. It's a pulsar. And for some reason, I'm not getting any research from it. There we go. Those beams interacting with acceleration with the accretion disk are really giving us front row seats to high energy neutron physics. I guess I should have waited until we were a safe distance before I distracted you. Yes. I didn't let this hit me last time. I'm assuming it can destroy you. Oh, you're kidding me. There's something on that planet. Let's stay here. The beam sweeps over it. So if we want to check out what's on it, we'll have to approach the planet from the direction those the neutron beam is coming from. I don't know anything about stars or space, everyone. I'm just making it up as I go along. Let's fly over here and just wait a bit. This should be outside of it. Oh, it is. Please hurry. Please hurry. Please hurry. Please hurry. During a brief intermission between bursts of the spinning pulsar, the team hurriedly investigates a cluster of artificial debris. Looks like some sort of ship crash landed down here. On close inspection, it is clearly the remnants of an advanced drive system. Its adamantine shielding kept the most important technical elements intact. The plating is badly melted, but the lettering, Starcom Mooring Star, is still visible on an inside panel. Never mind what it says on the tin. The drive is way more advanced than anything in the fleet. We should get this back to Kite Lab straight away. Alright, we'll do that then. Yeah, let's do that now then. It'll give us an excuse to replenish some of our crew. Oh! I hear a swarm probe out here. There it goes. Too late to catch it. Alright. So let's talk with Station Commander Meandra Price. How goes the resource collection effort? Remind me, how much string and duct tape was it again? We need 200 titanium, 50 neutronium, and armor module tech. If sentinels reduce us to molten slag while you're dallying out there, I'll be very cross. Was there anything else? We could use more crew. You got it. We have some fresh volunteers right out of training. Was there anything else? How's morale? Holding together. News of your discoveries are giving everyone hope, but nerves are starting to fray a bit. Well, let's talk with Chief Lieutenant Commander Victor Pillman, who wants to speak with us. This drive you found with the mooring star markings is very advanced. We don't have anything like that in the fleet. Maybe it's a top secret new drive? That might explain how it got here. Trust me, it's not. I have connections at the highest levels of Starcom research. I might not know about every research project, but I know about something this big. Can we use it to get home? No. First, unless you've been holding out on us, we don't even know which way home is. Second, the way this device works seems like it would be limited to relatively short distances. Maybe across a sector at most. I'll need some time to look at it more carefully, but this seems like something worth my attention. I'll let you know if and when I have more practical information. Alright, thank you, Commander. Or Lieutenant Commander. Alright, well, we're back here. We've got 610 research. Let's go ahead and grab a bigger type of ship chassis. Nebula class. So we're going to go from 21 to 28 modules possible now. And have I unlocked any other blueprints of things I've made in the past? I have not. 93 titanium, 48 neutronium, 178 titanium, 42 cobalt 60. Darn it, and I have to give 200 titanium to the fleet. I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do that. Let's instead make a different type of ship. So I would want a... I can't build a reactor. We don't have the cheerlight for it. We're going to move the plasma turrets up a bit in order to put down 2 engines here. We can drop some armor. And 2 more plasma turrets? No, we need more titanium. That'll be acceptable for now. And we will now attempt to get the other plutonium and neutronium. Or what you could do, Tim? Drop another engine. I kind of want more firepower on the ship. We have enough for 2 plasma turrets. They just wouldn't be guarded. There, we've shifted the engines around and taken 2 more plasma turrets. Our max speed will be affected, but we have the firepower we used to have and 2 missile launchers. We'll keep this, and we need a little more titanium, and we will turn in the quest to Commander Price. And my ship is looking like another ship I had designed called the Angel Wing, so we'll see that in a little bit. Let's first, however, head back. There's something here of particular interest to us. I did mention I wanted to go out to this star. And we're finding even more stars all the way out here, too. I think we should head back here. See that planet, see what this is. And then take this Nexus to see where it brings us. I assume that beam destroys you if you let it hit you. The dense spheres have warp ionization signatures on them and a high radiation level. I guess they are actually cooling slag from the vessel that exploded while in warp. We can't search it. But we'll grab some free adamantine. Absolutely. What does that bring us to now? 64! It's enough where we can help that one race end their desire for their repairs to their shields. So I guess we're going to go back there, actually. And this looks like a water planet. And there's something on it. Rather dark water planet. Probably storms covering it. Although we don't see any lightning from orbit. Let's investigate. I like the lights in the water. Oh, we can see the pulsar in the distance as well. From orbit, a blinking array of lights is visible, flashing out a series of mathematical patterns. After splashdown, the team discovers that these patterns are being generated by colonies of bioluminescent organisms. The team's xenoculture expert has the bright idea of connecting the lander's camera and landing lights to the universal translator, allowing communication with these biolooms. The biolooms have spent the past 2 centuries trying in vain to communicate with the great pulsing light that regularly measures time and bombards their oceans with life-giving gamma rays. While disappointed that the survey team are not emissaries from the pulse, they readily agree to a friendly exchange of information. They are a remarkably sophisticated culture, considering that they have never developed a single tool. Their mathematics and philosophy could be taught at Starcom Academy. Nice! Hey! Good for the biolooms. Bioluminescence. So, like, I've seen it described, but I've never actually seen it in real life. It's like, just, I want to say it's like light or tiny, oh, it is light. It gives off light. It must be produced by, like, tiny, bacteria? Let's shut up so I don't embarrass myself more. Survey complete. Alright then. Where are we going now? Back. All the way back to where the animanti could be delivered. Here. Let's go here, and then we'll jump down to the star. Actually, no, we can go there and then jump here, go to the brown dwarf, and see if we can find that cache somewhere out there. We'll make sure we don't run to the pulsar as well. Very expensive, this. But we're going to want it. And we get to save these people? Whatever these are. They'll be glad that they can continue to exist in their city. The tiny bubble of life is still hanging on. Its occupants inquire anxiously if the team has 55 adamantine they could part with. We do. Using the adamantine and some expertise from the team's engineer, they're able to repair the shield generator. As promised, the inhabitants share the generator's technical schematics with the team. We'll take a look at see what our first officer said. We got 95 research points for doing this as well. Very expensive 95 research points. But again, we save some lives here. The engineer believes we can reverse engineer their shield system to build a smaller scale version with some additional research. Alright, well, we can go back and do that after we power... do I have enough, to, by the way, to power up the particle accelerator? I think I'm... No, we're 6 shy. We could fly out here to get some adamantine from the wreck. And since this, you know, since it's on the way, well, not too far out of the way to the brown dwarf, I think we will do that. We'll be out of adamantine again. Which I think you need to build a shield system, by the way. So we're not going to be able to construct it, even if we're able to research it. When we get back, we'll also take a look, because we do want to go back to Kite Station and see how expensive that research is. But we will have to save up adamantine in the future for it. That's not what I wanted to say, but I can't remember what I wanted to talk about. And it shouldn't take us too long to get out there. You can fly right over the sun. I'm sure no one will die. Oh, wow, look at all the hit points we lost all of a sudden for doing that. Wow, you lose a lot by being right. How about it? Who would have guessed you would have lost, like, a lot of, like, whole integrity by flying right past, you know, a star? Thankfully, the people repaired the damage here as we afterburn through the star system, so it's all okay, perfectly okay. We'll see if there's any adamantine here, and get whatever we can. This will be the last time I think I do this. This being perhaps the only time I'm going out here specifically to destroy the scrap from this starship. If we get the adamantine, we will activate the particle accelerator. Then we'll head up here and take a peek around and see if we can find anything that would hint as to what we're a secret cache. If we don't find it, no matter what, we head back to Kite Station. And we deliver what is required to help improve the survivability of the station in case the Sentinels attack. We should probably, at this point as well, consider giving the Ulku 85 Platinum in order to learn that story of theirs. Okay, coming up on the hulk of the ship now. I wonder if this is going to make me a liar and the scrap does not reappear. Nope. It's back. You cannot use missiles on things like scrap or asteroids. You cannot target them. Just a heads up. Man, again, that upgrade to getting additional or having the chance and quantities of materials acquired by destroying ships and scrap is incredibly useful. As a tip to you, if you actually are if you do decide to pick up this game viewer, I would recommend you grab that sooner rather than later. I waited quite some time to grab it the first time I played, well, the only other time I played through this game so far. Okay. We got the adamantine that we need as well, so let's head on back. And I am done doing that with that starship at the very least. Whenever we do find a derelict of that sort, we'll find, I think, at least one more out there. We will try to destroy all the scrap, because I think you can get different types of research technology by destroying it. Oh, okay! There is a button for hold down shift, everyone. I began to think about it, and it exists. Holy crap. Z is hotkeyed to permanent thrust. How about that? So, that is really handy to speed up time. Especially handy when we're not burning any energy for doing this. That's a good looking ship, isn't it? I like this. Spent a lot of time trying to make sure I enjoy the look of the ships I make. I don't like the idea of... There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't like the idea of flying like a giant box or triangle through space if I can avoid it. It's got to have a theme. And it's got to look good. Has to. When it comes to all sorts of different video games, I care about the look of it, of my character, of the ships I make or something. Generally, more than I care about the efficiency of it. If it doesn't look good, I'm not going to create it. I'm going to try to avoid it. Putting the parts on my ship if it looks awful. And you know what? We are here right now. And we see an Uku trader right in front of us. So let's actually go ahead and trade with him the... Oh, no. We shouldn't. Not yet. Not yet. Okay, this was, or is, the particle accelerator. We have the, it's 15 adamantine. I thought it was only 11. No, it was 15. Okay, so, I mean, it always was 15, Tim. You said the wrong thing, too. You knew it was 15. Use the adamantine to replace the hardware. After a few hours of work, the engineer is able to reconstruct the missing elements. Shortly after firing the system up, the team is able to gather some very interesting high-energy physics data from the machine. Once it seems clear that no more data will be gleaned, they naturally recover the valuable metal. Oh, holy crap! Oh, guys, away team, you are great! So they turn it on, they watch it work, they gather the resources, and they take back the adamantine. Yeah, adamantine's so expensive of a resource. It's difficult to part with it, this early on in the game, especially. Well, been playing for just about an hour, I think. Let's double back now to Kite Station. Oh, we should also disable this. I can also delete that note. I didn't want to spend the platinum because it occurred to me I might be wrong and platinum might be what is spent to build shield modules. So let's get back to Kite Station and see if we have the research it would take to actually unlock that. Sorry, the tech points. We have a few more mission notices. One more mission notice. Nope. Nope, we read that one as well. Alright, well, let's talk with Commander Miranda Price first. Oh, we don't have what she wants. I thought we absolutely had what she wants. What are we missing? Titanium. We can get it by disabling the 2 new gun turrets we added, but I don't want to do that. Okay. Let's come back to the station. I want to get that titanium. So... we should find a trader for it then. Or go to an asteroid field. Find some chit tech could be fun. For a fight first. We could also trade probably gold at the Citadel. Let's go to the Citadel and make a trade. Wedged into this asteroid fragment is what appears to be the head of an advanced boring device. Boring is in boring into rock, not the other kind, because it's really quite an interesting design. The Vendari come to say hello and ask us for more technology. Darn it, I forgot they were going to be here. Let's, tempt him down to us and away from Intark Citadel. What we could do? We could attack them. There's no reason. Oh, they're friendly with us, Tim. We don't need to attack them. Let's drag him away. Yeah, he'll start heading down toward us. Oh, or not. Here he comes. Maybe we have that. No, we need another 40 titanium. This should be good. Aha! It's like hiding from the Jehovah's Witnesses. Alright. Let's investigate the planet. Please hurry. Get your puts down there fast. Welcome to Atark Citadel, where all are free to trade with our agents. Shall I connect you with our resource trading system? Or are you interested in some of our unique items? Wish to trade resources? So, we've got plenty of gold. It's probably not the most efficient trade of it, but I'm going to trade away 15 of this. Let's see, let's get 25 gold traded. And that's what we needed. Can we possibly get enough chirolite in order to build another reactor? Okay. Well, it won't matter. We won't have the titanium when we're done to build any additional modules. I held off doing this for quite some substantial amount of time when I had last played this. I had done a whole lot before I actually upgraded Kite Station. Oh crap, the Vendari's like right there. Alright, let's, I'll take this destroy maybe a few more asteroids. Just a few more. Swarm probe, can we get you? No, we cannot. Okay, let's go for it. Please! Please! It doesn't matter where we go. Stop being zoomed in all the way. Okay. What's down here? Destroyer scouts. We don't have to fight them. Alright. That should be enough to upgrade Kite Station. We can then take some more research and see what how expensive the shields are and what it takes to construct one of them. Alright, finally got it, Miranda Price. You certainly know how to make a Commodore happy. Well done. Oh, it's Commodore Miranda Price, not Commander. Alright, I'll remember that for the future. Was there anything else? How's morale? Holding together. Nerves are still fraying. That's all for now. Lieutenant Commander Victor Pillman says this broken drive you brought us, it's definitely not something Starcom is anywhere near developing. But it uses a number of techniques that I have seen used in the fleet. Regardless of its provenance, this opens up a new era of propulsion research for us. Is there anything else? Have you checked out that pod we brought in? Pretty interesting, huh? No. Anything else? Well, you get back to your research. Lieutenant John Chiang? While Final Hope was away, I detected a fast-moving probe in this system. It seemed to visit each planet once before accelerating out of the system. I wasn't able to lock onto it, but shortly before it departed, our long-range scanners detected it communicating with a distant signal. I'll upload the coordinates to Lieutenant Williams. He's talking about the swarm probes. Okay, we have a new point of interest to investigate. Alright. For blueprints, we still can't make any of this. We need more Cobalt-60 and titanium to build the angel wing that I would normally want. We need adamantine to build a shield generator if I want to try building my Protoss Scout. And we need more titanium and neutronium if I want to build a broadsider, so we're not close to building any of those at the moment. Okay, then. So, let's go to... Oh, actually, let me look at my blueprints again. We also need habitat modules for the broadsider. Shield generator for Protoss Scout, and habitat modules for the Angel Wing. Alright, let's go to our research. 815 is waiting for us. And we've allows the construction of a warp hopper drive, allowing our ship to move short distances nearly instantaneously. It's an interesting technology. It lets you blink forward. Note that when you blink forward, you're effectively warping forward, and while you will automatically be able to destroy small ships in the way, but large vessels, you don't teleport. Like, it's not a teleport. You just go significantly fast very quickly. You can simply shatter your ship on like a large vessel. So don't just jump through things. You won't be able to do it. We're going to leave this technology for some time. I didn't really research this very much. So I want to be honest, the button placement is awkward for it by default, E. And yet I couldn't figure out a different button to place it with. It's one of the times that I wish this game would... maybe it does, but I didn't try it. A controller would probably have been helpful. But then I lose the granularity with the mouse when it comes to targeting enemy ships, so... we will take it at some point, and we'll upgrade it a little bit, but I'm probably going to only I think I upgraded only 1 or 2 hop efficiencies, and maybe 1 increase to its range. It is a cool tech. You can build around, like, warping and shocking enemies when you exit the warp, which can do some decent damage, but I didn't test it out very thoroughly in that regard. Alright, so back to upgrades. I think we will research habitat modules. Allows the construction of habitat modules, which substantially increase... Well, do we want this? Or do I want shielding? We can get both. It might be wise to only go down one path at this moment. What was the Protoss Scout? Shield generator 31 animantine. We're not going to have that unless I go out there and actually destroy that scrap a bit more, and I don't want to do that. No. We'll go for habitat modules instead, as these are more accessible. Okay, so research. Habitat modules. Habitat module takes up, first off, it's 2 points on your ship. We won't be able to build one. Actually, we might be able to build one. Hold on. Let's research the tech. And it's 290 titanium, so we can build one. There we go. First off, to build a habitat module, it cannot be placed adjacent, like a... Well, let's place one. Because of how it extends, like, this module cannot be placed here, because these spitting sections would end up running into the reactors, and you're not allowed to do that. But we could put another one here, which is a bit weird. So they can be next. The spinning modules have to have a space for them to spin, but you can have spinning modules right on top of other spinning modules. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me why it allows that. I think that's probably a mistake, but there you have it. They also count as 2 modules when placed. What do? They give you 20 more crew, I believe. And that translates to risking more people on the away team. You're able to probably take that risk without having too much concern about your ship's functionality in combat, because they will allow your ship to repair much faster with more crew on board your ship. I generally always tried to have 2 habitat modules on my larger ships going forward. I thought that was a decent amount to more rapidly repair. Okay, so let's increase our plasma a little bit more. The damage is very tempting. We have enough to grab the last rank of it, but I don't think we need it quite yet. Let's take... I'm tempted to take the extra shots. Yeah, let's take laser cooling. Increases the fire rate of our plasma cannons by an additional 0.6 shots per second. Can we also take increased missiles? Increases the number of missiles a launcher can hold by 1 to a total of 5. This is the last research in this tech, so we'll go from 8 to 10. And then... I think we'll grab another energy. Well, we haven't really taken... Do I need any more energy regen? I don't feel like we need it right now, but it would allow me to take less reactors on our ships going forward. Let's grab positron recapture. Additional increase to reactor energy production. So at the moment, our reactors are producing 10.3. With this upgrade, our reactors go up to 13.8. Very nice. Another substantial increase. And everyone, I think that will do it for us. Yep, that'll do it for us. All right, guys, thanks for watching. When we come back, we're off to explore more of the galaxy. And I'm thinking... we'll warp here and head out to this star. Oh, we have the red dwarf. I completely forgot. I didn't even check it. Why don't we check it before we end the episode? I'd like to know if there's anything out there. It's the only... Oh, red dwarf. It's the only... That was a good show. It was called Red Dwarf, right? I'm pretty sure it was called Red Dwarf. The British space show. Let's go out to the brown dwarf. Only brown dwarf I'm aware of. Which we can't get to. We have to go here. I might accidentally be near the giant wreck when we come back as well. Everyone. I have an excuse to try to get a little more adamantine. I shouldn't do that, Tim. You should press on. It'd be funner for the viewers if you struggle a little more than just mindlessly going to that wreck and farming it. Okay. This is the only... Oh, God! I'm sorry. Oh, crap. I shouted, too. Sorry about that, everyone. Crap. Thankfully, nothing was in range. Let's save the game. And head out here. Actually, I don't need to hold down shift anymore. Now that I learned that Z is permanently activate thrusters. So, I would like to look at that scan we had detected, which hinted there is some sort of secret around here. There is an ice planet, right? Near this dwarf. And they hint... I think the message hinted that that's where they stored this stuff. Finish survey of that brown dwarf system. There's a broken primer on one of its outer planetoids. You decode the surface of the neutronium and send an oscillating magnet field through. We don't get a picture of it anymore, though. Let me see. A picture? Nope. I don't... Oh, we do have this. That makes it sound like it's not this. Makes it sound like it looks like it's probably not this. Oh, hello. The Chitaker out here, though. We'll still destroy this, and we'll visit the planet. Oh god, Tim, you still have your afterburners on. Oh, there's a frigate trying to get away. No, you can stay. You know, you and your whole race decided to declare war on ours, so it's only fair that we get you. On the off chance it's this. Let's sail back to it. It doesn't have an exclamation mark over it, so I don't think we're allowed to scan it again. We'll check it really quick, and then we'll wrap up the session. Nope, nothing here. Okay, thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.